Emojis are a very common and popular feature on social media and chat apps. Apple even takes time to mention emoji changes and additions to their operating system updates. Emojis always reminded me of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, since I am almost old enough to have used those. There are also several scenes in the 2006 satirical comedy Idiocracy that features apparent non-readers peering at colourful images in order to make food selections and so on, which made me wonder, could emojis become a replacement for written language? Before anyone comments, the plural of emoji seems to be either emoji or emojis, depending on where you look. So I'm afraid I will probably use them interchangeably, and I hope that doesn't get on anyone's nerves. So, emojis are pictograms, logograms, ideograms, or smileys that are used in electronic messaging and on websites to express emotions that might be missed in textual conversation. They resemble emoticons, but they are images rather than clever combinations of symbols and letters. Emojis come in a variety of categories, including face emotions, everyday objects, locations and weather, and animals. An emoticon is a typographic display of a facial representation, used to convey emotion in a text-only medium, such as... In September 1982, computer scientist Scott Fahlman is said to have suggested to the Carnegie Mellon University message board that these symbols could be used to distinguish jokes from serious statements online. The name emoticon is a portmanteau of the phrase emotion icon. Conversely, emojis were created in the late 1990s by a Japanese communications firm, NTT.Como. The name is a contraction of the Japanese words e and moji, which roughly translates to pictograph. Emojis, then, are actual pictures of everything from a set of painted nails to an anthropomorphized turd. While emoticons were invented to portray emotion in environments where nothing but basic text is available, emoji are actually extensions to the Unicode character set used by most current operating systems. So my original question was whether emoji could become the modern equivalent to hieroglyphics. There are such things as emoji translator apps, because of course there are. If you experiment with these, you can begin to see the limitations, since there are obviously not symbols for every word. Emojis are not letters that make up individual words. Parts of the Japanese and Chinese written languages use symbols that represent a word or an idea. Kanji are symbols that mean a whole word or idea in Japanese. Many of them were borrowed from Chinese characters at different times over the past several centuries. So we do have modern examples of an illustrated language, or part of a language. It's possible then, well, at least in my mind, that emojis could become a much bigger part of Western languages. Also, because emoji are pictures, they are perhaps more universally applicable than words are. Think of the invented language Esperanto, which was designed to be a sort of universal second language, but never really gained a large following. Now, I am not any kind of scholar, and I don't know much about philology or linguistics in general. However, I am old enough to recall when cursive writing was taught in schools. And now most kids would be much more comfortable typing something than writing it. It's also mildly amusing to watch a young person trying to decipher cursive writing, but I digress. They would also be more eager to use a couple of emojis than to type a sentence on their phone or tablet. Indeed, while I don't use emojis a lot, I do find that a smiley or thumbs up is often all that's needed for a quick response. So yes, while it would be a stretch to imagine legal documents peppered with smiley faces and turd emojis, I can certainly conceive of emojis taking over a large part of our written communication, especially with the new generation of people who are going to be running things pretty soon anyway. I'm sure emojis will continue to evolve and maybe take on some more language-like traits. What do you think? Hey, thanks as always for watching, and check out the links below.